Are we live?
We should be live.
We should be live. Live from St. George. Waiting to see if it comes up on here.
Yes.
All right. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, ladies and gents, if there's gents out there. I'm sure there is.
Welcome to our Thursday live.
Yeah.
It feels strange to be back on the couch.
It does.
It does.
For
Sometimes.
those of you just joining us for the first time, welcome. And to our regulars, hello. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Netty, Mom.
And I'm Emily.
We're Primrose Cottage. And every Thursday we come and
Yep.
share everything new in the shop,
Yeah.
share our whips, our stitches, our quilts, our laugh.
And a little bit of shenanigans.
Depending on the week.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
don't know.
We're a little docile this morning.
Yes.
The heat has done us in.
It
Yeah.
has been so hot
Hot.
here, like
Oh.
triple digits for a while.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about how
Tired.
exhausted.
It makes you tired.
Makes you very
I feel
tired.
like we're all
just dragging.
just dragging
Yeah.
a little bit. So we're gonna,
We try
We
not
have
to
a lot
break
to
the
show.
sweat.
Yeah. We'll see.
because fun fact, my office in here, this is
Ugh.
me and Emily's office. The AC does not work in our office
Yeah.
And
for
it
some
never
reason.
has.
I love it.
They've looked
'cause
at
I
it.
I'm
Yeah.
usually cold, but
Yeah.
it has gotten warm in here.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
But, and they just keep saying, okay, we'll come fix it. And then they say it's fixed, but it never's fixed.
It's never fixed.
Yeah.
So let us know where you're joining
Yeah.
from.
Yep.
It just feels like we've all been away.
And sorry, back to the weather. Funny thing is I'm talking with Michelle. It's like Florida is just, she's constantly getting rain.
Oh.
Wow.
And I
That
guess
sounds
kind of in
nice.
the afternoon.
Well, we're technically supposed to be hitting monsoon season here soon.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's going to happen this year.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know the last time we saw rain.
I know.
It's been
a little while.
And everywhere is on fire around us.
Oh.
It is
Yeah.
so smoky here.
It's so
Yeah.
smoky. And no,
Um,
it's not. Someone asked if it's by our homes. No.
No.
Yeah, our homes are not in danger.
No.
Everything is like
up high in the mountains.
up high. We have the Grand Canyon to the south of us, and then we have Pine Valley to the north of us, and both of those places are on fire right now, and it is just, the smoke is like coming to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, so it's kind of hazy.
Crazy.
And that, but we get like afternoon winds, and so that don't help with any of the fires.
Emily
Yeah.
is working on the mics. We will try and talk a little bit louder.
Yeah, sorry.
Emily.
We will try to talk loud. I've got
Awesome. Well, let's talk about last week. I
Yes.
thought it would be fun to start with that. Thank you for
Oh.
all of your kind comments.
Yeah.
so many.
It was so much fun. It just was a great day. It was a milestone for our family.
Yeah.
We are so grateful for everyone who came to the store physically, and for those of you who joined us live.
Yeah. So many people that came
That
from such
traveled.
long distance and
Yeah.
traveled, and it just blows us away. We're just so just love all of you guys.
Yeah.
Just very
Yeah.
very blown away by it. It's just crazy.
It was exciting,
Yeah.
and met longtime customers and
Yep.
friends who traveled long distances.
Yes.
We had people from California,
A lot of California.
Colorado,
Yeah.
Nevada, New Mexico.
Mexico.
I have to shout out Audrey
Yeah.
if you're watching.
people. Yes.
It was so crazy when we walked over to the store to start. I saw her in line, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe you traveled here because I had no idea."
Oh,
Um,
she is just so cute, and her husband.
yes, and she
so
brought her
sweet.
husband, and it was just so sweet.
And then I think we have to shout out one of our very first longtime customers when we started doing our long arm quilting. And she surprised us and
Yes,
came.
Christy. Hi, Christy,
Oh
if you're
my gosh.
watching.
Our lawyer. We call her
We
our
always called her
lawyer.
our lawyer. She works in a lawyer's office, and and
We would send her quilts back to the office to
Yeah.
make sure she got them safe. And so we just dubbed her as our lawyer.
I loved
Yeah.
quilting for her
Oh.
because, well, she would send a ton of quilts at a
Yes.
time, but she always let me pick what I wanted on the quilt.
Yeah.
So it was always so easy, and,
And
her
her
work was just
Oh,
amazing.
I mean, so amazing, just beautiful. She could enter every quilt into a contest and win a first prize ribbon because
yeah.
they were
Yeah.
just beautiful.
She drove here with her daughter,
Yeah.
and she was telling me that they were headed to Disneyland after, and so I'm
Aw.
like, what a fun little trip. And
That's
so
fun.
it was really great meeting her.
Yes.
And everyone else that came, we are so grateful for your support.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's in the books now. Like, we
Yeah.
will never have, like,
And
that grand opening. I'm not
No.
saying never again, because I feel like
you never
we
know.
could open another store. I feel like we've been asked to open stores in other locations, and I'm not ruling that out.
No.
But we're not doing it. We're not doing it in the next
Long
like-
time.
We got to get this one. And
Oh, hi, Audrey.
Yeah. But it has been so much fun and then all of our local people.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
the
nice.
community support that we have gotten, and just in our local community, especially with like Joanne's closing shop and
Yeah.
everything. And so, we do have a couple of quilt shops that are really nice here and stuff. But we've had a couple of the people that work at those that hadn't that has came in and said, it's so fun because we carry the stitching and the floss and everything too, and we carry things that they don't carry, and
Yeah.
so they send customers to us, and we've sent customers to them, so
Yeah.
it's been wonderful.
Yes.
Just such a wonderful.
It was a wonderful
Wonderful.
experience. A little side note, our grand opening flyer with the special stitch to celebrate our opening. I have already done 2 printings of that. I just ordered our 3rd printing, and it will be the final printing.
Mhm.
We're still getting people like, how do I get that? This will be our final printing, and then it's going in the archives. I wanted it to be special for our grand opening. That's not to say in several years from now we could
Maybe when we do like
Like
a
a
20-year anniversary.
20 years. 20
Or
years.
10,
holy
I don't know.
cow.
Or 15,
I don't know.
We do a.
But I am doing a final printing on that,
Yeah.
and we will put some in the store and
So
also online.
So we are sold out. So orders that have been going out haven't gotten
Yeah.
them just because
Yeah.
we have to stay caught up. But
I know
So-
some of you've probably received 2 or 3 because
Yeah.
you have had multiple orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you've already got one and you do place an order, you could just put in your order, I don't need a pattern. That way we have.
that'd be nice.
That
yeah,
would be nice. That way we
to
can.
give people the opportunity.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I need to plug this in.
that was.
Hold on, I gotta plug the computer in. You totally haven't done this in a while.
I wanted to touch base on that because we have been getting a lot of messages about it. It's just been really popular, and I very much underestimated the quantity I needed to order, even though I felt like I ordered a ton.
Well, and people have already stitched it and finished it, and it's just so cute.
Yeah.
It's just adorable.
Awesome. So we wanted to talk about everything that we've released in the past couple weeks and today, since we haven't really been able to do a Flosstube. All of us have been doing our family summer vacations. We've had the 4th of July holiday, and then of course our grand opening. So we have a lot to share today, and I get to talk really more in depth about the new releases we did.
My whole situation got torn apart, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's-
I've been frantic all morning.
Frantic all morning because
Everything got torn apart.
our filming stays up all the time, so we just have to press a few buttons. But we had to move it over to do the grand opening, and it's been fun. learning?
Not really. I'm like, it's been like one thing after another. Sorry. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Mom, can you grab this stitch? It's right there. Somebody wants to see what it looks like.
Oh
And
yeah, I brought
forgot
it
to
over
grab it.
because people at the store wanted it, and I was like, oh, we're out. So we had to.
So this is the grand opening stitch. It goes with my rounds. Do you want me to put it here?
Sure.
We'll put it there. Celebrating, stitching.
I've seen people even change it up in different colors and all of it. I mean, it's just so cute, no matter what color.
Yeah.
It's been really adorable.
Christy, I have to admit, I got very teary-eyed when I left your shop. It was so nice to meet you in person after all the quilting you did for me. You're all very special. Thank you,
Aw.
Christy. It was such a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
And I would love to meet more of you, so please
Yeah.
come.
Absolutely.
It's so fun because throughout the day, like I walk over to the store just to check on things, see if Karen needs help, and I'm starting to recognize our regulars. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been a lot of fun. So come check out the store. You never know who will be in there.
Yes. Yeah,
We're
because
constantly going back and
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We really have a good time. So.
All right, so we released my next Snowman.
I brought all of them.
You brought all of them, so let's go down memory lane. So the first Snowman we released, she's gonna switch the camera. I think that'll be easier. This guy is Snowman 2023. And that was the first one I designed when I decided to commit to doing a snowman every year. And it's been fun to do different ones. So we have 3 so far. This was 2024. And all of the pieces were done by my dad, the finishing pieces. And so that's been fun to work with him on these. And then this year we have Snowman 2025. And that one is just so much fun. It marries my love of snowman stitching. You could even quilting, needle art.
Needle, yeah.
Yeah.
All of the
Like a little
things.
fuzzy.
I wanted a simple frame for this one, but has the cute scallop edges. Emily said it reminds her of little snowballs.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fun.
I can't wait to stitch it. I've got mine all. I just need to get my cloth and.
So we have paper charts, floss packs.
And what about the
Cloth.
frames? Are we getting
Those
more
are sold
frames?
out.
They're sold out right now.
And
Yes, the frames are sold out now. We will be doing a small restock once we know everybody got their frame. We held some back to make sure everyone got theirs that ordered, and then we will do a small restock probably next week. He will be making more frames in the future, so hopefully it's something we can continue to have available for you guys.
yeah.
I love how it turned out so much. It's so much fun. I love the cute little motifs in this one.
Yeah.
The thread, the scissors, the tomato.
Yep.
All of it is so much fun.
I just think it's so cute how each snowman has its own little personality.
It really is. And we do have floss packs. So this has its own floss pack.
Yeah.
It is color and cotton floss. And then it was stitched on taupe, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, taupe. Which we also have that in stock as well. Will he do more of the other paddles? I'm not sure. We haven't asked him. We do have some of the Snowman 2024 paddles in our brick and mortar
Yeah,
store.
they're in store only. In store only.
So, yes.
The frames in the store are like exclusive.
To the store.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have been asked that. Hey,
We've had
can you
calls.
Ship it to me, and I'm sorry, those are exclusive to our store.
Yeah.
But Dad has been doing restocks, so just watch for his restocks when he does his own.
He just
Oh,
does
so-
it like with the season.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not
Oh, I
said
didn't
they won't
grab.
do any at all. It's just
Yeah.
they're just a 2-man show.
Yeah.
Occasionally, maybe 1 or 2 extra guys, but not very often. It
Yes.
seems like.
So I wanted to design a piece, especially for the grand opening of the store, and I wanted to bring back the bees. It's something I love designing. I love everything about the color palette, and I've never done a house. Well, I did a small house for the bees, but this one is much bigger. This is Bless This Home, and we have the matching house needle minder. So I hope you guys are collecting the house needle minders because we are building a neighborhood of houses. But the Bless This Home, we have a really cute house. I love the motifs on there. It's just, the colors are so beautiful. And of course we did it on the white. We love stitching the bees on the white. It just really pops. So
The frame's from Hobby Lobby. We had it framed there.
Oh, they did frame it.
Yeah.
yes, we
And
got
then
that framed.
This floss pack, it stitches all her, not like, it's every floss in the bee charts.
Yeah, so you can pick any bee
Yeah.
chart, and this floss pack will cover your stitching.
It's so cute.
Isn't that adorable?
Oh, is my mic not on? Oh, I don't.
Hello, hello, hello.
Tap it.
It
Oh,
shows
maybe.
it's on.
It
Doesn't
shows
it?
it's on. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough.
Hang on. Maybe it's not. I think it's just mine.
Hello. I just saw your cleavage.
She's looking down my shirt.
Sorry.
Maybe it's not, and I'm sorry. I don't. Maybe turn it on and off.
Which one's the on and off?
Here.
Sorry, guys.
Everything's gonna be okay.
You know, always tell when Lindsay's nervous. She sings.
I do.
Is it working
I
now?
need to wear the mic
You
so
might. I can switch you if I
so
have to.
everyone can hear them.
I will.
I talk loud enough. They are
will-
quiet.
I feel like I talk.
Tap it. Everyone be quiet and tap it. Yeah, it's not on. If you get up there, there's another one we can try.
Or I can just put yours like right here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, everything got torn apart for the weekend, and it's not a fun time to put it back together.
Where is it?
Right there. Just hand me all that. Let me see if I can get this. Oh. Well, this one's on.
Thank you for
Turn 'em
being
off.
patient with
Yeah.
us as we try and figure this out.
We might sweat to death while we do it.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I don't know. That's all. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll just
I'm just
have
gonna
the one
take-
in the middle.
Okay. We will try to talk really loud.
Yeah.
We'll hover.
They were working
Okay.
when I tested everything.
Yeah.
So.
So anyway, where were we?
We were talking about the Bless This Home. Bless us. Okay.
That is really cute. I love the house in that one
Yeah, it's
I do too.
and the bees.
I love that
That's
one.
gonna have to go in my to-do stitch.
Yeah.
Yep. So those were the main new things that we released for grand opening. Okay, much better. Everyone is saying.
All right.
All right, and then last year, our Halloween Sip and Stitch, we are releasing the charts now for everyone. And we have some floss packs available as well as the finishing kit for the No Tricks, Just Treats. So I
Those
have,
are PDFs. So those
Yes.
came out as paper and PDF.
Oh, nice.
yes. When will you post the Mother's Day free chart, the one with the love and the tomato? How did we post that?
You put it in a newsletter.
We
for
put it in
Mother's
a
Day.
newsletter. Okay, I kind of forgot about that.
A
So,
lot of people have been asked. A lot of people asked me when I did Flosstube by myself.
okay, so
We maybe work on that. Have
we
Katie
can maybe
make a
work on
note.
that and get that listed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just put it in a future newsletter to
Yeah.
have for sale. And this is really cute. So
Yeah.
you get all the finishing pieces in your finishing kit.
That is so cute.
I love the Halloween cauldron. It is
'Cause
just.
that's when we did the little cauldron mug.
Yeah.
Yes,
thing
the
last
cauldron
year.
mug.
That is cute.
I actually started this last year. This
Oh,
is one
yeah.
of my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
And it's all stitched on Stormy Night, which is available. And then this was Hello Summer. This was released when we were on vacation. This
Everything
was
is sold out.
the Free Stitch Friday.
But
Sorry.
we wanted to show it.
Yeah, I wanted to show it. I love how it turned out on that pink cloth. So much fun.
Are you restocking it?
No.
No.
Yeah.
The needle minder,
Was a watermelon
and that will come out later.
in a
And
couple
then
weeks,
I
I
just
think.
have to show that.
Oh.
We just have to do it together.
Yeah.
We might
This-
still have a few kits of this, but they go together.
Isn't that
That's
fun?
cute.
This was Free Pattern Friday, so it was really fun to do these together. We have the fun watermelon with the patchwork border.
That one was so fun to quilt. I mean, quilt
To
too,
make.
but to make.
Yeah.
And it was fairly, I mean, it would be a good beginner, maybe a little bit more confident, but
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. I mean, it was fun. And you could do it, like if we don't have any kits available and you've got your free pattern, look how scrappy you could do it. I mean,
Yeah.
you could go to your scraps and just pick out anything that would be adorable.
Yep.
So Lindsay has Hello Summer and Hello Spring.
Huh. Hello. I do. I guess I need to do the other seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. That was a
this
fun
one's
one.
so cute.
And who's the fabric
Sherry and
designer?
Chelsea, Raspberry Summer, right?
Yes. Raspberry Summer by Sherry and Chelsea for Moda Fabrics.
Yeah, that's so cute. I love the
We might
fabric.
still have a few kits.
It just kind of reminds me, especially is this backing? That's
Yeah.
then that line. It
Yeah.
reminds me of like 70s.
Yeah.
You had
It's
the
really
flowers
fun.
and stuff.
Really
So,
fun. Awesome.
And then we did 2 bundles.
Ooh, a bee bundle. I haven't done a bee bundle for a while.
Yes. So we love our bees, and it's really fun to curate these because they're just,
It
they
can
go with all my bee projects.
Well, and it good for the stitching, to finish stitching, like a project, or also just to do a small quilt project is just adorable, and
Yep.
such beautiful prints. I mean, you could make mug
You could-
rugs or anything.
So we did a covered button, make it and take it for the grand opening.
Yeah.
You could do a cute little covered button with these bees.
Yeah.
That would be really cute.
Yeah.
And then we did do the same Raspberry Summer bundle
Oh yeah, here's the.
because we just
Oh
wanted.
my gosh, I love. I
that.
might have to have. Look how beautiful that
It's
fabric
so
is.
cute.
I just love it. It just reminds me so much of the 70s growing
Yeah.
up. I
The
mean,
colors
I
are really
think I
fun.
had a pair of culottes. If anybody
What the
knows
heck is a kulak?
is that how am I saying it right? Culottes, like pants. They call them culottes. Am I saying that right? Come on.
I don't know.
people.
I've never heard
Some
of that in my
people
life.
That's my age. I would imagine Michelle and Kim more, and some of you ladies would know what culottes are.
Okay, Lisa knows.
Yeah, it's and
So
they were
it's
flared. They're
a-
like a flared, they were straight leg, but
Were they
had
polyester?
oh yes,
Like huge flare from the knee.
oh yes,
That's cool.
like polyester. I mean, my mom, we were the polyester queens, and
Oh boy, people
Yeah.
are remembering those. You're bringing up a
yes.
memory.
Oh my gosh, see, yes, yeah, I knew you guys would remember.
And clam diggers.
Oh, I've never heard of clam diggers. I might have to look that up, but oh yeah, yeah,
You know what's old is new again, so we might be seeing
Yeah.
these. What are they
Yeah.
called?
Probably already are.
culottes.
Culottes.
Yeah.
Culottes.
See now, pedal pushers was more my mom. Like I remember her talking about pedal pushers, which are usually your straight really straight. To me, they'd be like capris now, like you're really go down to your ankles. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, that's we're dating ourselves here. But, yeah.
Someone asked about seasonal sampling autumn. It is done. It will be released this year. It is done. So that will complete the series. Can we say hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And then someone also asked if our bee charts are all stitched on white and potato. Mom stitches hers all on potato. You want to show? Oh,
Well,
she's got
I
a fun finish
Well, I
here.
finished it, and I actually
It's so pretty.
I cornered their dad while he was here to see if Lindsay would help me measure and have him make a frame for me. I've never really taken any of the frames and stuff that he makes, just because the girls all do that and stuff. But I told him I don't need like a big carved one. Ooh, I don't know
something
what
right
that
there.
is. I'll have to look
You'll
at
have
that.
to make sure you don't get
Yeah.
that in your frame.
But that's on potato.
It's so cute.
And I finally, it took me 2 years, but I did it. I actually started that, like when we did the retreat in Florida, that first retreat, and a bunch of the ladies decided to stitch this, and so I had started it along with them, and I finally finished it.
Looks fantastic.
And it's just on 25 count potato.
Fun fact,
it.
I just finished designing a new rules next year.
You guys.
We're into next year already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to make
Well,
you
not.
wait that long.
But
Actually, I have 2 new rules.
yeah,
Oh.
One will be released this year.
is it? Oh,
I hope so.
we'll see.
I'll have to look at that one. Maybe I don't remember that one. I don't recall.
I just kid
I
it
didn't
up.
remember either.
I didn't remember either, and then I went on vacation and I totally forgot. I was supposed to like send that off to be stitched, and I totally forgot and came back and designed another one and was like, oh wait, I have this other one. So
Yeah.
rules are fun. I
Yes.
love doing those. So
They are really
But
fun.
you-
And you could do anything. I mean, gosh, all the people that, give her ideas and everything. I mean, she never runs out of ideas. But when she gets inspired, oh, Lord help us. Because it's like, we're like, how do you do this?
yes, the rules are so much fun. And when, like Mom said, when I am inspired, they just come together so effortlessly.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited about the ones coming out.
Yep. Yes.
Awesome. And then today we released our patriotic release as PDF. So if you guys are PDF pattern stitchers, the American Celebration, American Alphabet, and American U, those are in PDF now.
Wow.
So that's exciting.
That is. That's very exciting.
Here you go.
So,
And then we have these thingies. Mom
Oh,
can talk about those.
these, I love
These are called the thread hand binding folder clip. That is the longest title of a
These are
product.
actually, this is something me and Katie ran into when we went and did a sew day with our friends down in Boulder City. And they introduced these to us, and I do a lot of the I do all the binding on the quilts, and Katie does her own binding and that, but you prepare your binding. We are a 2.5 inch strip binder people. That's the size I like to do. So they do come in different sizes of what you prefer. If you do all kinds, then you'll need one for every size. But anyway, so it can be a game changer on those. And then these are the needles, the Lori Holt needles. And I actually took one of the yellow ones home a while ago and tested it out, and I like them. I don't mind them at all.
Is it for binding? What is it?
I've used it for cross stitching.
These?
Well, there's different ones. These
Yeah.
are sewing. This
These are the
one
nifty needles,
is embroidery.
Tapestry.
Yeah.
So there's the tapestry, embroidery, and sewing.
Yeah.
And this is 20, 18, and 18.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have used the yellow ones with the cross stitch. It kind of reminds me of the feel of the ones that I've been liking with the black and white heads and stuff. So yeah, I like how they're very small.
We just got some new charts in. Erin Elizabeth, the Camping Tier, Blooming Biscornu, and the Travel Sampler.
Cute.
Grab them now.
Them are really cute.
And then Sweet Wing Studio.
Sweet Wing Studio has some new ones. To Drink Coffee, Patriotic Petunias,
What is that?
Sweet Christmas Tapestry Bookmark,
Oh,
I was so confused for a second. The cover of that.
and Jefferson's Garden.
cute. Cute, cute.
Very nice.
Bookmark's a cute idea.
Yeah,
And Teresa Kogut.
Oh,
she
don't-
has some really nice
Yeah.
ones.
and she always has
What is
such
that?
beautiful books.
Treasury of Compassion.
Wow.
A lot of these are religious. I believe that's like a verse.
Mm-hmm.
It does say amen at the end.
Or like a prayer, maybe.
A prayer
Yeah.
maybe.
I know
Who's it
that
in?
I know her, that she is Catholic, and so I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of different verses.
No place like home.
Goodness and
She
Mercy.
had a lot.
Yeah.
Be ready.
I love that one. That one is so
I
pretty.
do like that one
Time
as well.
to work. And that has the Chantel board, which we sell as well.
Yeah. They're all so pretty.
And her books are,
They're nicely
They're
done.
very nice
she does
books.
a wonderful job with her
Yeah.
patterns.
Yep,
Yes, I can get on board with her patterns.
I do too. And
I
they're
can read
very-
them.
I
Yes,
can read
because
them.
they're all in
Yes.
color and they're just beautiful to
Yeah.
to
They're
read. Yeah.
they're beautiful just to look at.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She
I
does a
did
great
want to
job.
honorably mention bundles that came out
While we were away.
gone.
I love
This
this one.
my
really pretty
gosh.
blue one Lindsay curated.
Yeah.
This is like blueberries to me. Like
Mhm.
summer blueberry.
Mm,
Lots of florals.
that's a
I don't
grandma.
know.
That's Grandma Winnie's
Yeah.
color. That's her bundle.
That's her bundle, and this would be her mom's bundle
Her bomb.
because her mother, we called her Grandma Charrington,
The blue and cream comes out tomorrow.
and
Oh, it does. Okay.
yeah,
That comes out tomorrow in our quilting. Sorry.
yeah.
And this one is already out.
yeah, she would wear red, anything red.
I need to
That is
buy
so
more
pretty.
red. I actually like wearing red, but I never think to
I
buy
do
it.
too. I don't seem to
I don't
wear
ever
it
buy
until
it.
like winter. I don't know why, but
Yeah, super
so
pretty.
so pretty.
All the
I
mean-
love that one.
And that was the one thing fun to watch people come into the shop and ooh and ah over all the fabric too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because oh my gosh, the girls have done such an awesome job in displaying the fabric.
So, and we're always moving things around and
Yes.
change. We've already changed out the fabric. I can't believe how much work it is.
so much work.
It really is.
Because it's like we have to constantly be changing what
Changing.
people are seeing in the store. And
Yeah.
it's like fabric is one of those big things that we're constantly
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
around. And I'm like, holy cow.
Because I mean, I've been in fabric stores before that it's like I go in and a month later I go back and it's the same stuff.
Yeah. So we're
And
trying
so
to
we're-
make it
Yes.
so you see new things every time you
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And keep things fresh. So
I think that's
awesome.
it for now.
Yeah.
Until quilting, so we could
Oh,
show
okay.
whatever.
Have my
All right,
whips.
Mom's
So
been
it-
stitching
yeah.
her heart away.
It's-
Sort of whips.
I mean, I've stitched a bunch of stuff, but there's things that I can't show. I can't wait until the stuff comes in to show.
Yes.
So I'll show you some of the things that I've been doing and my progress. So one of them is this cute little girl,
This is Mary Wigton.
and I feel like I've gotten pretty good with her, but she's done on 40 count and let's see, open it up just a little bit more. That's as big as she is. I mean, you can see that I've already gone around the corner on the bottom, and that's as big as she's going to be.
That's
on
tiny.
The 40, and there's so much that's going to fit in there. And I
gotta look
kind
at
of
the
been-
stitch count here.
I have been,
125 by 142.
yeah.
So that ends up being quite small on 40 count.
Yeah, and so it is just, you know, I really didn't think I would enjoy too much of being on the 40 count, but I've actually, I'm really enjoying it. No, I couldn't get the called for. That cloth, I did save it. It's,
This is by what? Antique needle. What is that?
this is the one that I got.
So the cloth she did is one more reproduction by Bee Stitch Me,
Oh,
and
Antique Needle Workers. I've never heard of this person.
Yeah. But this is a cloth I picked up at StitchCon, and I just loved it. But the one thing Katie mentioned, it almost looks like country mocha. It has
Yeah.
that vibe to it, and no, go figure. One of my
That's
favorite
one of her
things. I
favorites,
love
yeah.
country mocha, and so I think that's what drew me to it. But I went and while the girls were in Hawaii, I went and puppy set my 2 grandbaby dogs, and I did a lot of sewing. I think I had like 3 quilts to do and like 5 small projects, and I hurried and got those all done within like 4 days, maybe, yeah, about 4 days. And so the rest of the time I was there, I just sat and stitched, and I loved it. And and then this is one of my little samplers that I decided to do on a bigger count so I could show you guys that
this
you know,
is Floretta Sampler.
you don't have to do it on like a 40 or a 36, but this is on potato. So it's done on the 25 count potato. And so I worked pretty good
Yeah,
on
that is
one.
really pretty. I like the color you picked.
Yeah. And
It's coming along nicely.
the color I picked is Classic Colorworks Weeping Willow.
That's a good one.
And I'm doing 2 threads over 2, and I'm just doing a row at a time, and it's coming together pretty well. I'm really enjoying that one. That's the one that I get out where I don't need my cheaters and a light to shine on everything and stuff. So I love it. And I think that's just a fat quarter.
Yeah. Yep.
So I can't
That
wait
looks
to
nice.
finish that one, and then I'm sure we'll either go find a frame or have
And we
it
have
framed.
Classic Colorworks listed in the store, so if you're looking for Weeping Willow, it's probably.
Is it in the shop?
Yeah.
Probably,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's a
We
beautiful.
just did a huge
I love
floss
it.
restock, so.
Yeah. I love the. So and then this is my other 40 count that I've been
And
savoring.
it's 40 count linen. Somewhat linen doesn't come, or 40 doesn't come in Lugana.
Yeah.
This is Cicada's Song Sampler.
Which
And-
the cicadas are crazy right now here.
Yeah. So this is one that when I went to the spring fling, one of the ladies at our table was doing this, and that was Susan. Her name's Susan, and we all fell in love with it. I should have ironed it. I'm sorry, guys, but I wanted to kind of point out. So I went
is
around.
tiny.
I went around the edge, and so whenever I break it out, I do this section, and
Like that
so
little
and then
nook.
that's all I do, so I don't get tired of it. And then I put it all away, and then the next day or so I do this section, and so that's all done in this section. Every
That's cool.
section I'm completely done, and so
It's
I'll
like
pick-
a reward.
yeah, it's like a reward. If I sit there and finish a section, then I'll move on, and then I'm saving the middle for last. But it's got it has the little bird here.
Did you use called for?
I
in this?
used all the called for colors. This
Which
is
is
a little they
Weeks
call a
Dye
possum.
Works.
This is a little possum. And when I was stitching that, putting his little pink tail and feet on, I was like, oh my gosh, look how cute he
cute.
is. I was just loving it. And you know, they have all these other things. I can't wait to get to the alligators
That is fun.
and stuff. So it's been really fun to
That's
stitch
exciting.
this one. Me and Michelle is doing it together too, and like I say, there's like 4 or 5 other ladies that are doing it, but Susan actually posted hers and she finished it. and because she had quite the start on it.
She's finished it,
Yeah,
Michelle?
no, the gal that was stitching it at
Did she send you a photo?
Yeah, she sent me a
Nice.
photo and stuff, and I think she has actually, I don't know if she posted it on our Facebook group or just on, I'm not sure, but yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, she's done it. She's an amazing stitcher. So this is another one that I just savor, and yeah,
Can't wait.
Yes.
Yep, you can just fold it.
Are we putting these in the store?
I don't know, maybe.
We need some
I know it will have to.
diversity in there with
yeah.
some linen. We don't
Yes.
have a lot of linen in
Well,
the store.
I'm
like
hoping to
models.
get, yeah, I'm hoping,
Yeah.
I need to get more finished and stuff, but
We
it's
do,
a slow process doing the linen.
Someone asked if we'll carry the country garden threads. I don't. are you
Cottage garden.
Cottage? No, we might online, yes. And then, someone who's a 14 count stitcher, but they want to do potato.
I think that's a good jump from 14
Yeah.
to
25.
Lugana. I recommend
A small project.
a small project.
Don't go on a big one.
And once you get the hang of it,
Your eye seems to get trained on where it needs
And
to
it's
go.
a filling.
Yeah. And I would pick a light, I don't know, I would not pick like black or
No.
a dark color. I would
yeah,
pick
potato
a,
would be a great
Potato
start.
would be a great start
Yeah.
because you can see the holes really good. Also country mocha.
Yeah.
I just feel like that, you know, those show up so well
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got one more whip.
I have 2 whips.
I have a whip.
Okay,
I
so-
have a couple whips.
Okay, so I'll let you guys show.
Not crazy.
Yeah, mine's minimal.
I It's been hard to get back into stitching since I got back
It's too
from
hot.
Hawaii.
It's been so busy, so.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I started Halloween Alphabet that came out last year, and Nersh, they released orange hoops, you guys. So I had to get one for
Oh.
my Halloween bag.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, you
might
guys-
be low, but I'm gonna be placing a reorder for Nersh next week. We did feature those spring tension hoops they come out with, and they're sold out. Like they're brand new,
Oh
and
my
they're
gosh.
gone. So
They're
we have them in
tight.
our-
They are so tight.
I've been
takes
using
all
one.
my muscle.
I
to
am giving
pinch
it
those
I am
suckers.
giving it my stamp of approval because you can bounce a quarter off your cloth.
Yeah, so I thought it was fun. I got the orange hoop to put in my Halloween case from the Nersh. I like the medium, number 2. I'm doing 1 thread over 2 on 32 count country mocha, which is all the call for threads, which we should have floss packs. I have this frame, so I went through all my craft room and pulled out all my Halloween whips, all my projects that are Halloween.
I
I'm
finished this last
decorating.
year.
I'm
I need to frame
decorating.
it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need to do this one because I have the piece for it. So.
Yeah.
I wonder where it is.
Somebody asked me if I stitch in
Probably
hand
in-
or with a hoop or a Q-snap. So I normally, with 25 and up until about 32, I stitch in hand and I do the sew method. When I'm stitching anything bigger, I either hoop it or I put it on a scroll, and then I have to do the stick and stab. And I've gotten like all that 40 count. I cannot do the sew method. I have to do the stick and
Nice.
stab and stick or whatever you call
I
it.
did. So I came back from Hawaii and was so inspired by the sea. And so I wanted to kit up Seaside Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. So that's what I kit up. And I decided to go for it and stitch it on linen. So I picked 36 flax. I actually think the
job.
called for is a 32 linen, but I really liked the color on this.
And you're doing 1 thread?
Doing 1 thread over 2.
Oh, that's
And
gonna
this
be
is
so
my
pretty.
start. I know it's small, but that took me a long time, you guys.
Good job. Good job.
And I used the new Nerge Spring Tension hoop for this project, which I have it in my bag
Yeah,
here.
show 'em.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
they have several
I mean, it is
colors.
like, it takes my strength to get this.
If
So
you like tight tension.
it is so tight. I
And
love
this is
it.
coming from her. She has
She's
used
the same hoop for 5 years.
yes.
I've used the same hoop for 5
Like,
years, you
she's
guys.
not
And so for
exaggerating.
her to say, yes, I want a new one, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was emailing the guy that my contact, and he's like, "We had a way unexpected
Response.
to this."
Oh,
So,
who did? The guy?
The Nersh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And they're made in Europe. Well, they're made in Turkey. The company's
So
from
people
Europe.
can actually order from them.
I don't
Is that,
know.
or is it
I'm not
just
sure.
stores or whatever?
Yeah, so they're from out of the country, so that's why we really have to plan when we order, and
Yeah.
they are out of stock of those tension hoops.
And I will say too, like even the bigger ones. So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes the bigger you go, the
And
less
we only
tension.
got the 2 sizes. There's an even smaller one. We didn't
Yeah,
get
there
it.
was
It
a
wasn't-
small one that's like
I just
maybe.
didn't see the point.
I mean, I think it was only like 2.5 inches.
Someone wants a close up of the
Oh.
hoop. This
But
is
it
the
has
hoop.
like these little plastic things.
Sorry, we were not flipped on the screen. I forget sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is it right here.
Yeah. And
And like
we have
this,
a lot in the store.
it is really tight, you
We
guys.
do have it in the store. We carry Nourish in the store. We carry wood hoops. We carry several different kind of hoops in the store.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, it's been a good hoop. I do like that one.
We will not be restocking the bee favorites. That was very limited quantities on that fabric, which we cannot get on reorder. I apologize.
The bundle we just did would be great though for the fabrics.
Yeah.
The bundle.
I pulled this out for the 4th of July, so I stitched the flag in it on the 4th, just as my little 4th of July stitching.
Oh,
So I
pretty.
added the
Oh my
flag.
gosh, that is so pretty.
And I'm doing my own conversion in classic colorworks, so.
Oh, so these aren't the called for colors.
No, I picked
Okay.
all the colors. I guess I didn't do the white. We were up at Joe's dad, so it was
That is so
so
pretty.
windy. It was windy.
I can't stitch when it's windy outside. I can stitch outside if it's calm, but I don't like it when it's windy.
So I have gotten on the animal
love that.
cracker train. This is the first one I'm deciding. And I didn't really comprehend how much stitching is actually in these.
There's a lot,
They're dead.
They look tiny.
but they're
Makes
not.
you want to stitch an alphabet.
It makes... I'm embarrassed to show this because I feel like I've worked hours on this and this is all I have done.
You need to show. I mean, even it's dark.
And these are 2 different colors. It's hard to see in the camera, but like,
So is that his feet?
yeah, that's his foot
One
and
foot.
then starting his clothing.
Wow.
And I'm almost like, why didn't I start at the top? Because it's more variety of stitching. Look at all of, this is
yeah.
all the same floss, you
I'll
guys.
show you guys.
And I don't know what I was thinking.
I want to do this one for my Halloween.
I am really concerned how
can
big
do
this is going to be. Like, I think it's going to come clear up to here. It's going to be like
What's it?
a massive
what's
stuffed
the count?
animal. I think,
It's
well, it
49
calls,
by 122, 122.
But
height.
what's the cloth count?
well,
That
the,
looks like 28.
I think I did 27 or 28.
Oh, so yeah, it might be bigger.
This is going to be like my emotional support stuffed animal when it's done. If it ever gets done.
I want it to be small.
And
Well-
so I'm like, I'm having buyer's remorse on this
I'll tell
because
you why.
fill-in, I don't like doing fill-in, and this is a lot of
That's all
fill-in.
it is.
And I'll tell you why. Is because
But it's so cute.
it's so cute, and you just have to do it. And so I'll show you.
So
show
mom's
you
gonna
mine.
show all of her crackers.
Well, I've in my head, I'm like, I'm only gonna do 2 at a time, and I did finish Lily, and I'll show you guys.
And I'm actually also concerned. I started in the middle here, and his other boot is gonna be glued. I mean, it's gonna be right here, but I'm like, did I do this right? I'm concerned. I'm
Okay,
concerned.
so this is Harriet.
Oh my goodness, she's adorable.
And so I pretty much only need to do fill in on her. And when I first seen her dress, I was like, oh my goodness gracious, this is
But
going
it's
to
so
take me
cute.
forever. But I'm doing all the called for colors.
That
It's
looks
on-
like linen.
Yeah, and I believe it's on 36 linen. And it's been turning out really cute. But I'll show you this little gal. I haven't stuffed her yet because Braden, he brought me a bag of sawdust because in the instructions, Stacy Nash says that she stuffs hers with sawdust. It makes them more firm, or you can pack it really good. And so this is my lily, and I just need to take my sawdust home, and I'm gonna
See, she's a good size, I feel like. I feel like I'm going to come home.
Yeah.
I'm going to, this thing is going to be like,
I love her.
But isn't she gonna be
I think that
adorable?
one, besides the one I'm doing, she is my favorite.
And I'll tell you, stitching her, is this her mouth, chin? I don't know whatever.
It's her,
throat?
it's her
gullet.
gullet.
Stitching that white, oh my gosh, that was torture. And then doing her dress,
She's so cute.
this fill-in on her dress, it did take me a hot minute. I would take out a whole 6 strands, and I would do 6 strands every morning, and I couldn't go get my shower or do anything until I had my 6 strands done. And so now I've got to just take the stuff home and get her stuffed.
I think there's a
Somebody
few
has a
tutorials
tutorial
on
on
how to finish
There's
these.
somebody with a Patreon. I have no idea who. If someone wants to comment. Sorry, this got like off. I don't know how to fix it. There we go. I'll put this close up too.
Yeah. But
Cool.
I've just got to do her fill in her face and the dress, and then she'll be done and ready to
hot
go.
in here.
But yeah,
You need your fan.
I absolutely
gonna
have
show
loved doing the crackers.
I had Anna stitch Heart and Hand's new sunflower.
That is so cute.
This will be a model for the store.
Yeah, so we'll send it off to be finished. It's all that called for. I think this was mushroom 28. And we saw patterns, and you can pick up the floss. I think it's all classic and weeks, which we carry. And the pins come in the pattern, these little daisy pins.
Buttons.
So, sorry, yeah, buttons. So Anna did a great job. It's
Yeah,
so
she
cute.
did. That's really pretty. The fabric I used on Lily for her backing, it's the same fabric I stitched her on. I just had enough that I folded it over and outlined her and stitched her. I just used the same fabric.
Very nice.
So
What else do you got? Mom has lots of finishes.
I have a bunch of finishes.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I know that I've got some that Karen is actually framing for me, that when I was at Katie's, I stopped in at Hobby Lobby and got some frames, and so I know she's working on framing those, and so when they get done, I'll
What's on the
bring
back
those
of
in.
your lily?
She just
I
said.
just said,
Oh,
it's the
go.
same, I just used the same cloth as I stitched
I
her on.
tune out things even
That's
whenever.
So this,
It's because I'm like thinking of what I need to do next. Sorry.
so this is my bunny, and
Oh,
reason,
that's
no,
so
I keep this on because this is the color that I use to fill him in. I use the called for colors except for his fill in.
So Some Bunny Loves You, and she used Wagon Wheel for her bunny.
Yeah,
By
because I
Classic
wanted
Colorworks.
I wanted some variegation, and I used like all the, I think, DMC floss, and so I just picked something out I liked, and so I
Are you just going to frame that one?
Yeah, I think I'll just frame it.
Cute.
So
Very nice.
that I did that one, and then I think I've showed the bird before, but
Oh, cute.
so I've got those
The
both
chubby
done.
bird. I don't know if that's what
Chubby
it's called.
bird and chubby fox,
And chubby fox.
and that's from
Jeanette Douglas.
And they're done on 25. I don't know if this is
That's
25.
28 mushroom.
Yeah.
This is 28 mushroom.
That's 25
Mushroom.
And now I've been doing things on smaller count. I'm like going, gosh, do I want to sit there and redo these? But no.
They're done.
They're done, and so I'll
We
just
can
pick
send
some
those.
frames.
Do you want to send those
We
off?
can.
Yeah.
We can. Well, I
So do
actually
the
put
round
I actually
finish.
put the little daisy frame around her,
And it fit?
and it fit, and it was
Oh,
really cute.
cute. We'll have to do that then.
So, but that was cute. And then, of course, I'm still working on my states, and I got my Wisconsin done, and they're done on I think 32 or and I'm doing 2 threads, which after doing 1 thread, I'm like going, what was I thinking? But yeah, they're turning out really cute. And then last but not least, I wanted to show you guys. This is why, like the crackers, I'm thinking, well, the crackers should be this big. These are all the Forgotten Farm people.
It's in a bowl. But
It's in a bowl, but the newest one I got done is this one.
And I added the daisy.
I added the little daisy pin.
That's cute.
Karen helped me pick one out. And so we should have, if not all of these.
That's called Lazy Daisy.
Yeah. But,
The Cupid.
The Cupid.
Oh my gosh.
The Mr. and Mrs. Santa I framed.
Yeah, those are.
But we have these guys all in a cage in the shop,
Yeah,
so they
they're
don't walk
locked
off. But
We sell doubles in the store.
so I have to show that. So right here, so there's the Irish, and then you've got your Mr. and Mrs. Patriotic, or I don't know what they're called, but anyway,
Like
they're
Uncle
so
Sam.
fun. Yeah, they're so fun.
Yeah, she finished these the same way you do the animal cracker.
Yeah, I just turn. I use the same
cute.
fabric as what I stitched on. I turn it. I just flip it. I trace around it, sew around it, and flip it. So,
Really cute.
and we just have them in a little dough bowl in the shop, and then we have like a cage.
A cage
over
that
it.
goes over
There
it,
goes
so
a cage
they're in
over it.
gel.
They're in gel, but they're so cute. They're so fun, and honestly, I can stitch one of these in a day, versus
The animal crackers
the animal
are
crackers
massive.
are massive. And so that's why I'm like going, oh my gosh. And so you want these are all done like pretty much on anywhere from 25 count, I think.
So they are really small.
They're small. So I was telling Karen, I think it'd be fun to stitch 1 or 2 on like maybe a 28 or 32, just to see how teeny they'd be.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cute. But yeah, they're pretty fun. They're really fun to make.
Yeah.
And she's got some new ones out.
Yeah, she just released a bunch of new
Yes.
ones, so
And
we'll be getting those
I
in.
cannot wait. I when I seen them, I told the girls, I says, we are getting these, right? I need them. Mama needs them. So yeah, they're pretty fun to do. But it's fun. It's okay. I'll fix it. But yeah, so that's pretty much my stitching. So
You got a lot done.
yeah, got a lot done.
Good job.
I've been working on my Lori Holt houses and stuff. I didn't bring any of those, but I have been working on those because there's a lot of fill in.
Most of those
So-
were 25 country mocha.
Yes, yeah, yep.
Yep.
If not, maybe 27, but yeah. So then for quilting, what's going to be going in quilting, girls?
So we do have some kits that came out the last
While we were
couple
away.
Yes.
So I did want to show Lindsay kit up this cute patchwork for
Oh.
summer.
This matches all the summer, like the watermelon. It
Oh,
has the
yes.
coral and the bright green with the white.
And it's all patchwork.
And it's patchwork.
Yeah. So I have the one from last year.
And so it comes with all
So
the front,
cute.
all the front plus the cute binding. And these are
This looks
so,
like summer juicy fruit.
yes, absolutely.
So good.
A bowl full of watermelon right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this cute
Okay, so this was
flower.
Simply Spring, and I know this could be used all spring and summer long. So
Yeah.
really cute colors. The fabric is My So Quilty Life.
Cute, fun. It's just, I love how the colors are all pastel. Like they're not like bright. It's just very calm and beautiful.
Yes.
Fun to make. Not hard at all.
And then this came out too.
And then this was one of the first patterns I did for my free pattern Friday, and it's called Sunshine on a Cloudy Day, and we've never rekit this pattern because I always was like, it's gonna be too hard because it's like so specific. But I found it.
wasn't, yeah, and it wasn't.
It's
The only thing is there's a lot of half square triangles, and they're 2.5 inches, And so my suggestion
It's
is
so
just
stunning.
slow and easy.
Yeah.
Slow and easy, because it's a stunning piece and awesome. What would be really cool is to make a whole quilt, just sit there and
Yes.
keep making blocks, because could you imagine what a whole bed quilt would look like with this?
Oh, it would be absolutely stunning. And I
I love
yellow and gray.
I do too.
One of my favorite quilts I've ever made. It's a big one, and it's the same like Corey Yoder yellow and grays.
Do you still have it?
Oh yeah, I use it.
Oh wow.
I use it at my house. I use my quilts. My quilts
me
are
too.
used at home. There's no quilt that's off limits at my house. We use them all, and they all get used. So,
Yeah, that I love yellow and
but
gray.
I did a huge star pattern with
that's
they're big stars, and it was the Moda Love block that Moda came out with years and years ago. They did a free block, and I took that block and I made a whole quilt, and it's one of my favorite quilts I've ever done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that is a pretty.
I
quilt.
will talk about Hawaii at the end. I think my whole family is sick about hearing about Hawaii
Between
because
her and
between me, Katie, and Jesse, it's like that's all we want to talk about is Hawaii, okay? I'm not going to lie.
That's okay.
Okay, and then this quilt is just so stunning. This is my matchsticks pattern, and I want to tell you about my matchsticks pattern. This is one of the first patterns I designed. When I started designing quilt patterns, like my goal was to do simple but striking and easily finishable. Like even if it's a large quilt, this is a large quilt, you guys.
Yeah. It's easy.
The time commitment is not huge because it's easily put together. There's like no waste in this quilt.
And you don't have to nest anything.
You don't have to nest anything. This
And
is like
it
so
all just
awesome.
comes together the way it comes
It's
together.
probably one of my favorite quilt patterns. And,
And
we
it's
haven't
a-
rekit this forever.
It's a layer cake, right?
It's a layer cake
Yeah.
and a border. And
You use every piece.
it's so simple but so striking. The first one I did is absolutely stunning. I think we gave that one to Jessie. I think she has that one. But this one uses Corey Yoder, one of my favorite designers. I hoard her fabric. So this one turned out absolutely
Stand up so
stunning.
you can see it.
Oh, I'm like, what was that? It was my microphone.
Something stuck here. Sorry, guys.
A mushroom. We got to stand up because it's a big baby. But this is what it looks like. It's called Matchsticks. We have paper and PDF patterns available in this. And you get this massive quilt with one layer cake,
It's like
background,
70 by 80 I mean, it's a big quilt.
and a border. And it is stunning, you guys. This would make an amazing wedding gift.
Yeah. And you know, like if you've got layer cakes hanging around home and you're like, I don't know what to do with it. I mean, even though it does have the border, if you know, when I first started quilting years ago, I was really much into the jelly roll quilts. And so I liked make all the girls jelly roll quilts. And so I would buy the
Still one of my
jelly roll.
favorite quilts
Yes.
to
Which
this
we
day.
aren't kidding.
I would buy the jelly roll, and then I always knew I wanted like a 5-inch border, and so I'd order a 1.5 yards or 2 yards or whatever. I had it figured out then. I don't off the top of my head now, but I'd always make sure I bought enough that coincide with that jelly roll to put the border on, and even if I didn't make it right then. And so this would be the same thing. If you buy a layer cake, you know, maybe buy 1.5 yards of extra border fabric, and then you've got a nice size quilt. The only thing you're going to need is your white or cream for your background.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, but beautiful quilt. I love
Yes.
this one.
So that will be in our quilting newsletter tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is that it for quilting?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah.
We, on our last live, we did a giveaway. We did
Oops, we're not
5 $50 gift cards.
Ooh, lucky.
And these are the names. Some of them are,
It's like your YouTube handle.
yeah. Megan Musselman, 4365. Ellen Renkin, Chris Parker, Cindy Stevenson 9897, and Patricia Ferry 5880.
Ooh, congratulations.
You guys won the $50 gift card. Please reach out to our email.
And show notes.
To the show, in the show notes is our email, and she will set you up with your gift card. Thank you for all the comments.
Oh my gosh.
I
it's been
I
so
told
fun.
them, I said, wouldn't it be fun to like be able to export those comments and put them in a book? Because it's all like congratulations on your
Yes.
store opening.
And-
so it's like you guys were there, but in
Yeah.
online.
And we did have we had the ribbon cutting, and I don't know if you guys watched or you were there, but if you weren't, you'll have to go back and look at it. But Lindsay had the great idea of getting fabric
I
instead
used
of
fabric.
and it was so cute and pink to boot.
Pink gingham, and I held the whole bolt back because I want to make everybody a little,
Something.
I want to make something that everyone can have to commemorate the event. So we held that bolt back.
Yeah.
To make
and then
some
we
things.
we had a little guest book for people to sign into the, you know, for our grand opening, and then we've got another book that we'll put over there. So when you guys come, that you can fill it out and let us know where you're from, because that is what's so fun to see is the people that come from all over.
Yes, and if you didn't have a chance to watch the grand opening live, it is on our YouTube. Katie just linked it.
Yeah.
I finally had the nerve to watch. I didn't want to watch it, you guys. I didn't want to rewatch it because it's hard to like see yourself be so vulnerable, and I was really nervous about my speech, and I wanted to like share how Primrose Cottage came to be, and so it was really nerve-wracking for me, but I rewatched it, and
You did good.
I feel like I conveyed the message well.
She did good.
of
We were so
our
proud of her.
beginnings and our heritage and all that good stuff. So if you haven't had a chance, you can watch that and kind of understand our story a little
Yeah.
bit better. So
And we were, you know, our whole family. I mean, there was a couple that was missing, a couple of the grandkids and a spouse or whatever, but they just couldn't get away from work. But it was just fun to have all the kids there helping and everything, and to let them see, you know, I think they were even in awe how people were like, wow, this is crazy. So, but
it was a lot of
it
fun.
was fun.
It was
We
fun.
will be having a YouTube video.
Yes.
It's being made. We hired professionals
To film
and photograph the event.
Kind of like a
So-
wedding type thing.
Yeah,
he's gonna
basically.
He's going
And
to do
so
a whole thing for
I know
us.
a lot of you asked, like, oh, we wanted to go in and see.
And I wanted to bring you guys into
But
the
it's
store.
just
It just
chaos.
wasn't going like
The line was around the building.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I wish we could have, but it.
people were waiting to shop.
And we didn't want them standing in the,
In the
heat
heat,
and
yeah.
everything. And so we thought this would be good. We just had,
Yeah, we had someone film it,
the guy that
photograph
did
it.
this. Yeah. I mean, they were pounding on the door wanting to get in before we
Oh, yeah.
opened.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're just, and poor Shane, Katie's
was
husband,
the
was like,
doorman.
we called him the door bouncer.
Yeah, because we didn't know how many people we could have in the store. Like, we didn't think about like fire code
Yeah.
until like I was like,
Last
oh crap, we can't let all of these people in the store at once. It would be madness. And so like he had to like
came out,
when one went out, another person could go
Yeah.
in and
We only kept that, I mean, for about the first couple hours.
Yeah.
And then
It was
after
about
that,
1
it kind of
o'clock.
calmed down
It
to where
calmed down.
it, you know, where it was more of an even flow and that. But it was even fun to see people. They would go and they came and did the initial whatever. And
a lot of people came
and
back.
then they'd come back, even the next day
Yeah,
and the next day.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
It was just awesome.
Have to
And-
shout out Janice. She was our first
Oh,
customer in
Janice,
line.
yes.
Janice,
She
thank
was
you for
Yes.
thank you for supporting us. You're just a
Yes.
delight.
She has always been one of our #1 fans,
Yeah.
supporting us and just making us feel very loved. And it was awesome. She was our first customer, and everybody just loved her.
Yes.
So
So quickly, I'll just quickly recap Hawaii. I'll be quick about it. But me, Katie, and Emily, Jessie, sorry, and our significant others took a trip to Maui, Hawaii. And it was my first time going to Hawaii. Jessie has been to Hawaii, I think, 4 times now. And Katie, that was her second time. So it was so magical for me. I am a beach baby. I love the water. I love the ocean. And I get chills because at the beginning of the year, I wrote a list of 7 things I wanted to do this year. And on that list was take a tropical vacation. And so I got to check something off my list this year. I was going back and forth doing it just because, well, it is pricey to travel to Hawaii, but also like I don't leave for that long.
No,
ever.
you guys were long.
It was 8 days, and I kept telling my boyfriend, I was like, I get homesick. Like by day, I do.
I can't tell you how many times she's left.
I get homesick really easily.
She'll leave the party and come home.
I will leave because like it's an interesting thing. I don't know where that comes from, but like by day 5, I'm like, I am so ready to be home. No.
Yeah.
The last day I was mourning my departure. I was like melancholy, and I told Brian, I said, I could stay another week and be okay.
She texts me. She goes, Mom.
I'm like, okay, can we plan to all go together? We all have to experience this.
We got to bring the kids. We got to bring everybody.
So we stayed at a resort that had oceanfront property, and I 10 out of 10 recommend. I had a view of the ocean. I watched the sunset every night from my balcony, or we went to the beach. My favorite thing, you guys, was the marine life. I swam with turtles. I don't know why I'm emotional about it, but I swam with turtles, you guys, and I swam with fish, and I saw a monk seal right there that came onto the beach. Her name was Kalia, which means joy in Hawaiian. I got a really cool story. So they are an endangered species, and when they come up on the beach, they call the I don't know what they're called, conservationists, and they come and rope them off because they are endangered, and they will spend up to 10 hours laying on the beach sleeping because they do not sleep in the water. And so I was grilling this guy. I'm like, tell me all about her. And she was only 18 months. She was born on the island across from us, Lanai, I believe was the island. And she was so cute, and I just stood there watching her for like an hour, even though she didn't even move. I was like, this is so magical. And then on our beach, there was part of it was called Black Rock, and it's a reef where you can snorkel. So every morning we would walk over to the reef and we would snorkel. One morning, my boyfriend, there were manta rays in the water. And they were pretty far out, and I'm not a confident swimmer, you guys. I love the water, but I'm not a super confident swimmer. He swam out there, and there was 4 of them, and they were just swimming with him, and it was so magical to see. Even though I wasn't in the water, I could see them come up on the top with their cool fins. Oh. And then the last day we saw dolphins, and that was amazing. The food was awesome. We went and had some really amazing food. The snorkeling was awesome. We did a boat snorkeling tour, which I would totally recommend. They take you to 2 locations. One was a crater. I can't remember what it was called, but it's a crater they take you out to. And Jessie was telling us in March, somebody was doing the same tour we did, and there were whales. Oh. Now, the whales only migrate certain times of the year, so the whales weren't there when we were there, but I've planned it. I'm going back to see the whales, you guys. I've never seen a whale, and I would love to see a whale. But we stayed at the Kanapali Outrigger Hotel. It was awesome. All of us stayed there. Katie and Jessie upgraded their rooms to the best beach view. Mine wasn't as upgraded, but I still saw the beach view, which was amazing. And then we did the road to Hana, and that was an awesome experience. It was a very long day. I got to swim in a freshwater waterfall. That was a highlight for me. And then we saw a lot of the jungle.
You did a black
Oh,
beach.
we visited the black sand beach. That was wild. The waves were really scary, you guys. Like, I was like, these are scary waves. These are not like our beach where it was very calm. These are scary waves. And every day I feel like I saw a turtle in the water, and that was just so magical. I ended up, one of my favorite experiences, I'll take this off and show it. I hope I can get close. They have these things where you can
Maybe
pick a
flip the
pearl.
camera.
And my boyfriend picked the pearl for me, and he picked, it's actually a silver pearl.
So beautiful.
And funny thing, I actually picked out the setting before he picked out the pearl. I love bracelets, and so it's hard to see, but this is a cute little turtle, so I wanted to commemorate my trip with a turtle. I'm not wearing it, but I picked a pearl too, and I got a white pearl, and I set it in a gold turtle setting. And Katie and Jesse both did the same thing. They got pearls as well. I don't know what else I can say other than I will be going back. I want to visit Kauai because Kauai is more of an adventurous island where there's a lot more hiking. Maui, we like beach bummed all day. It was the highlight for me,
That
honestly.
would be where I would like to do that, and I'd like to go visit Pearl Harbor. And so if I go. But I know Pearl Harbor is on a different island than what you guys just did.
I came back so inspired. I designed and designed and designed, and I can't wait to release what I designed because it really came from my experience. And so I told my mom, I'm like, where can I go to next? And bring back my inspiration because I was so inspired.
Well, it was really funny because she said that, and it was about the same time that Deb and Kev from Snug Harbor had announced that they had 2 people drop out of their European retreat.
Yeah.
And so I told her, and she says, is it still available? Should we go? I could go. Let's go. And so I messaged Kev, and she says, dang, Netty, you should have got us right on, because they'd already sold it to another couple people.
Yeah.
And but that would have been really fun. So maybe next time.
So it was just game changing for me. My heart needed it to like reset, regroup, become re-inspired by life. I know we go through times where, you kind of hit the daily grind, and this is just what I needed. I felt so inspired by even the culture. We did a luau, and that was really fun to experience a Hawaiian luau, and that was another favorite part for me. So I want to take my kids. I know my youngest, she is like a fish. She loves the water. I think she would just
like
flourish there.
Yeah.
So also, chickens were everywhere. Chickens were everywhere. So anyway, I hope I didn't leave anything out. I know me and Katie and Jesse, that's all we can talk about.
We actually, this last weekend with everybody coming in, we had rented a great big Airbnb so everybody could be in one spot. Like Katie's whole family, Jesse, their dad and Braden, everybody was there. And we forgot to give a shout out to our niece Janae and her husband Josh.
Yes, they came and helped with the shop.
Josh was a hoot. I told him he was hired, and I says, you're a jack of all trades. And, and I says, you can come work for us anytime. But anyway, it was really fun because like on Saturday we decided, well, let's just all go and hang out at the Airbnb because it had, the home had, it's like a resort, and so it has like a big lazy river, and so we got a cabana and stuff and just hung out with everybody. And every time we'd get in the pool and everything, these 2 would start talking Hawaii and when can we go?
Let's all go.
Let's all go. And
Let's all do it.
I says, the kids would be really fun to go, but it'd still be fun just to go with
just the adults.
Because I know these guys won't relax with children.
I find it very hard when my kids do go in the ocean. I can't relax.
Yeah.
Like, the ocean is a beautiful thing, but it is also can be very scary, and I'm like I can't relax when my kids are in the water.
Yeah. Well, because you never know if they get stuck in, what do they call it?
A rip current or.
You know, they act like, it's like you guys were talking about it. Who
I
did it?
actually saved someone on the beach.
Yeah.
They got, I didn't really save her, but
Helped her.
This older woman, there's a time when you enter the ocean where you're not going to get hit by the wave, and then you have to go past the break so you're safe. Yeah. She could not get past the break, you guys, and she kept getting tumbled and
it's like being in a washer.
And she was spinning and she could not get up, and I ran over there and I was like, "Can I help you get up?" And I did, and then I helped her get up and she wiped out again, and it was like, oh my
That would be me. I would be going, okay, I'm done.
I loved all the flowers. There were tropical flowers everywhere. The grounds of the hotel, because they grow on the trees, and they were just littered all over the ground. The flowers were just stunning, and I loved it. So if you haven't been, it's such a great experience. Yeah. So I'm ready to go back to see the whales, and I will be going back to see the whales. So
I think there's going to be a trip planned for the future here.
So anyway, thanks for listening to my adventure.
Thank you.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend doing what you love.
I think we're all just going to try to not break a sweat and try to just cross stitch and just have a down weekend.
Yes,
Yeah,
we all need some relaxation
I'm
this
ready
weekend.
To chill.
Yes, Emily. Shout out to Emily. She covered all of us while we were gone.
Yes.
She did an amazing job. Her
She did.
and Janae, she came and helped.
She was my emotional support human.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I would not have been able to do it without her.
Yeah, because not only these guys, I mean, we had other employees that had
Vacations.
family vacation things planned.
Everyone was gone.
And so it was a little rough, but they did awesome.
Yeah.
We just couldn't have done it
It all
without
worked
these
out.
guys.
I'm just happy Janae was here. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Well, have a great weekend, and we will see you guys next time.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.